Hey there folks, and welcome back to Space Engineers. In the past week there was a pretty big update in where they updated all of the worlds, and they've updated the ships and a couple of other things, such as they have added camera blocks, which is kind of cool. We're going to take a look at camera blocks in a little bit, but first we're going to look at the update that they did to the Easy Start 2 world. And a couple of you may remember a long time back I showed you the Easy Start 2 world, and it was pretty antiquated, but they have brought it into the new age with all sorts of new parts. I think it's pretty cool. They have a little door panel at this door. You just press T and it opens the door. And then inside here, I was futzing around with this a little bit. This is usually your standard fighter craft, but I put a mining drill on it. And also you have this to open the other door. So blast doors are implemented in this. The whole design of the station has changed quite a bit. They added windows to it, finally. And that's just some stuff I was doing. And they've added conveyor systems. You still have your reactors on the wall over there. You have your refinery that is fed via collectors. I don't know if you can see them, but they're over there on that chunk right there. There's a bunch of collectors that feed into the refinery. In here you still have your little medical bay. And the refinery automatically feeds stuff into the nuclear reactors if you're producing uranium ore. And then you can travel down this way. We're going to go down that way in a little bit. First, we are going to go right across this little bridge, catwalk here. And then if we go straight over this way, this goes to the large landing deck, which there's no ship here at the moment, but oh god, don't fall. But this is where you would dock a large ship, if you had one. Alright, turn off our jetpack. Let's keep on going. Let's show you the other areas. We're going to go down that way in a little bit. That's a very large section down there with a lot of assemblers and refineries and whatnot. It's mostly for construction. But right now we're going to look at the command center of this station. Go all the way up this little passage here. Over here, up this passage, and ta-da, we're at the top of the station with a whole bunch of glass and a whole bunch of control panels so you can look over the entire station. So where we were before, this is where the... oh, there's more collectors there too. Over there is where the large docking area is for large ships. Over here is where the hangar bay was. And you can see a hangar right there. And we are going to go down into that section, which has, as you can see, there's a refinery poking out, another refinery, a large cargo container, antennas. There's some assemblers down there as well. We are going to take a look at. Let's head on down. Ooh, don't fall. There we go. And let's head on down here. Still wonderful glass sunroofs. And it has another door that you need to open via control panel. And you can close it as well, same way. In here you just have some cargo containers, as well as you really don't have access to the refinery, but it's a room with a refinery in it. But this is always area where you could expand in the future. Yeah. And I'm sure they'll have use for it when the game is finished. And here's just another room that goes down here. You have access to a little catwalk, which has access to a landing deck. And here's another one of these ships that they have. It's got a grinder and a welder on it. It's got your collectors, connectors, so on and so forth. Alright, let's show the rest of the station. And it goes even further down. And you have more nuclear reactors and whatnot. Another medical station. This is a very large base. You got an assembler, cargo containers, and this heads out to another, looks like a landing deck. And we can head on over here. Gravity generator. And that's where we were before. We head on over here. We are almost at the far end of the base. Yep, that's where we are. We went down there before. Now let's head back up. Let's find our way. So this is where we were. Now we need to go up. And we have access to the refinery then. And we go out here. We go even further up, and we are at the top of the base. Well, pretty much the top of it. You have access to the refineries, cargo containers, and that's pretty much it. It's a very large base that they added into the game. Well, it's always been here, but they've added a lot more functionality, and it's a lot cooler than it was before. So that is one of the major things they did in the past update. The other thing is they have updated the... I believe the private sale now has interior turrets on the outside, so they do shoot at you now, but they're not very dangerous. Also, the large military hauler and mining hauler have working doors with rotors on them, which is pretty sweet. And then they also added the camera blocks, which we'll take a look at in our survival world. Speaking of our survival world, that's just about it for the easy start world that they updated. So let's go to our said survival world and have some fun, shall we? See you guys in a bit. Alright, and we're back in our survival world, and as you can see, we have made a lot of progress on this, and we actually made a lot of progress on this while we were doing our live stream that we did about a week ago. And Cage was on, we had some fun, stole a private sale, did some other things, blew up some stuff, part of the mining carriage as well, and we completely used all of our steel plates. Completely all of them. But we're going to have to go mining for resources. And during the live stream, we got the suggestion that we are going to be taking. They took a straw poll and they said the next thing that we should do is make a large welding ship. I mean, we do have a dedicated welding ship, but it is pretty small. And it's really good for getting inside of, well, this place and, you know, welding everything up on the inside. But because the ship is going to be a lot bigger and it takes a long time to weld everything with the small welding ship, we're going to build a large welding ship. Kind of similar to the Ripsaw, probably make it look a little bit nicer. And we'll have it, because we're going to have a lot more blocks to weld. And speaking of things that we did during the live stream, I should show you around. I think I showed you pretty much everything last time, but just you can we'll wander around and see how far everything is going. So we have this complete, or this deck is completed. Here we have a staircase, oh god, don't fall, that goes down to the next deck. And then you can walk up a little bit to go onto the deck. And then this is the entrance into the main base. And then you walk down here. And you're on the lower deck. I still have to make staircases for these decks over here, but we'll get to that in due time when we have the resources, which we don't right now. Alright, and that's pretty much all we did. We welded a lot of the walls, and a lot of the top, and a lot of the floor. And that used up all 100,000 some odd steel plates. So, we are going to need to mine some more because, well, we do have this mining carriage to grind away, but that's not going to give us too much. And right now we have our welding ship that we did use connected right now. We can unconnect it and get out of here. And let's see how much stuff we have in our inventory. Yeah, not too much. Go to the cargo. Whoop, that's not how you spell cargo. There we go. We have nothing in our cargo container anymore. And if we go in here, you'll see that the steel plates are all gone. Still have a lot of other stuff. Once again, that's not how you spell cargo. There you go. We still have a lot of other stuff, but we're running low on materials for the first time in forever, really. Well, not forever. The first time in Season 2, though. And yes, this has taken some damage. I had some fun with that. Anyhow, we're actually going to have to go down to the Rave Cave, and we're going to have to go mining. Because we're going to need some steel plates and other things so we can get started on our large welding ship. Let's see here. Where did we put our... There it is. Right where we left it. The beast is still there. Alright. And I believe the refiners are going to town refining uranium. Yeah, there we go. We'll drop the uranium in one of these cargo containers. And, ooh, we do have a little bit of steel plate, but not a lot. So we're going to drop off what we do have right here. And we're going to keep everything that we need to make the new welding ship. Feel free to suggest some names, by the way. We're going to keep everything in here because we're going to be building it pretty close to this base, you know, for simplicity's sake. Alright, let's grab the rest of the uranium that we had. Grab some of that, grab some of that. And we'll put the other materials inside of our assembler, and we'll have it start making stuff right away. We have missiles. Awesome! Let's see, we're gonna need large blocks. Just for fun, we're gonna make a camera, just because I want to show you how they work. We're gonna make a button panel. And what else do we need? We're also gonna need welders, of course. Probably... Alright, sorry about that, there was a crash for some reason. Anyhow, let's get back to what we were doing. In here, we were going to build some... We were building a camera, button panel. What else did we need? Let's build a couple of light armor blocks. And as well as that, we are going to need a bunch of welders. Probably 10 of them. Nah, let's make it 20. We're also going to need a large reactor. We're also going to need... What else do we need? Large cargo container. We're going to need thrusters, but looks like we're running out of platinum. Iron is going to be low. Gravel, of all things, is going to be low. I know we have more gravel in here somewhere. Yeah, we have lots of gravel. No platinum. We're going to grab that and that. Let's drop that in there. And the gravel. Well, we can't drop the gravel in because the volume is full, so let's grab this stuff. Empty the volume out a bit. Not quite done yet. Alright, anyhow. Let us do something. We're going to put some security cameras. Well, not necessarily security cameras, but we'll just say cameras on the outside of this part of the base so we can see what's going on the outside of the asteroid while we're inside of our base. And let's just do that for simplicity's sake. And we need the camera. Take that. We'll put it... There we go. Very good. Ooh, I think I have that on sideways. Okay, let's put that on correctly. There we go. And really the only thing this is going to do, it's going to look cool, but maybe if you turn the asteroids back on, we can look at it to see if asteroid storms are incoming. And let's change the color back to white. I believe that's the correct white. Yep, there we go. And let's put the button panel on. Because who knows, we'll use it for something. I think we can hook up the button panels to the cameras, but I know for certain if we go into here, go to control panel, let's go to the camera, we can view it. Ta-da! We can see where we put the camera. It's kind of cool. And I know that the reason that the Space Engineers dev team is putting in cameras is because they want you to make fully autonomous, like, robots that you can control via cameras and so on and so forth. And right now, you can control things via antennas and whatnot. It's just you can't drive things via antennas. And I'm guessing eventually they're going to be putting in, like, remote control cockpits and stuff. And it'll be madness. Anyhow, where we wanted to put the button panel, let's find a spot for said button panel. How about right here? There we go. Let's look at that. Control, whoop, nope. We want to press K. And we're gonna put the... Can we drop that in there? There we go. There we go. We'll have it view. And as well as that, we will have a button for the collector, which we will turn on and off. And we will also have one for the assembler, on and off, and beacon, why not? Okay, there we go. So if we press this, we're going to be able to view the camera, which is pretty sweet. Alright, now we need a whole bunch of material. I'm gonna drop the rest of this, well, not drop it off, grab it. So we're still short on iron by quite a bit. We're still short on gravel by quite a bit, and silver. So I know we have silver in here. We have some right here. But we don't need any more gravel. Alright, let's take this. And in the meantime, let's start mining some stuff. And this might actually take a couple of episodes, but feel free to still give me your suggestions, as we will use them in due time, as soon as we get finished with the things that people have suggested already. Alright, so we need iron, is a big priority at the moment. So, turn on our lights. And here we go. Our conveyor system is turned off. We can press 2 to turn it on, but there's no need to do that. Let's just go mining, shall we? I know we can also use magnesium, as they are used for missiles, and we're quite low on missiles and magnesium at the moment. One thing at a time. May actually need to build a bigger drilling ship, which is kind of crazy to think. But if we're to complete that massive ship we're doing, we will need more iron. Quite a lot of it at that. And hijacking ships is a lot harder than it used to be now that they fire back at you. Oh, did I blew up something. Oh, I blew up a light. I gotta be more careful. Just make sure my welder's alright. Okay, that drill is fine. Make sure everything else is alright. Okay. Well, I should be more careful then. Probably have enough material we can start plotting out the design for our welder ship pretty soon. Here, let's see how much stuff we have. 11,000, 12,000. Yeah, okay, we have a lot. Let's drop the rest of this material off then. Alright. And you can see you can hear the assemblers still going to town making stuff. And let's turn the conveyors on. There we go. Let's just let it sit there as it empties out into our hopper. Alright. Grab this stuff. Drop that off, drop that off. And let's empty this out. So is this full? Let's grab this. Yeah, it's full. So how much is it making? A lot. Okay, this is gonna be a while before all this is done. So, alright. Anywho. You can drop the gravel and stuff off because it's not gonna, we're not gonna be able to throw that in the assembler for quite some time. Actually, let's grab some of this, probably with 500 of these. Probably gonna need some large steel tubes. 40 of them should be fine. Interior plate, probably a couple of these. And some construction components. There we go. Now let's go to town and start making our ship. I think I'm going to make it over here where we made one of our other ships a while back. Is this where we made our ripsaw? I believe it is, actually. Alright. Let's put that there. Okay. Alright, now, the main thing that we're going to need, it's going to be built around the large cargo container. Alright, let's see if we can position this correctly. Alright, that's good. Also, it's going to be built around the reactor. And they're going to be connected by... The reactor and the cargo container are going to be connected by a conveyor, so we can just drop our uranium in here and it will automatically fill the reactor. Okay, there we go. Let's get the conveyor tube. There we go. Alright. Now we need to build the rest of the ship around it. We are also going to want connectors. Let me actually see. Maybe we can do this via piston. Where did the piston go? There it is. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a bit strange looking. Ooh, I have an idea. Maybe? Yeah, I have an idea. We're going to need a large conveyor. Throw that there. Throw this one here. And that way we can extend. We'll put a connector on the top of this guy. Make sure that's correct. And it is. So we'll be able to extend this little connector thing so we don't have to worry about damaging our ship when we're connecting to the ripsaw. We'll just extend this, dock it, commercial freighter. Anyhow, we'll dock it and grab our stuff. And over here is where we'll have our multiple welders. Alright, do these have connecting ports on the side? They do. Do they have connecting ports on the end? They do. Okay, so this can be very similar to the ripsaw in design. Oop, not what I wanted to do. I think we're building enough for 20 of these, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can make it 4 tall. Oh, they don't have spots for connectors. Okay, I know what I'll have to do. Alright. And, oh, place that there, there, and there. So that's going to be 5, 10, 15. One more we will place on the bottom. And to make sure that they all connect to The cargo container will have to put a line of conveyors right here. Put one there, put one there. However, the piston is in the way, so I'm going to have to do something a little wonky. We'll probably use a conveyor curved tube to save on parts. Put that there, and then put that one there. May look a bit strange, but that's the way we have to do it. And now that is going to weld things quick. I mean, our other ship welds things pretty awesome. But this one, even better. We're going to put a small cockpit on it. No need to make it a large interior. That just adds to the amount of parts we need. And there we go. Slap that right on the front. Well, that's essentially the base of what it's going to look like. Now we have to make a shell around it. Alright, so that's where it's going to collect from, or connect from. We probably could put collectors on here because some of our older ships use collectors. Oh, another thing I completely forgot to mention is they've added arc furnaces, which is something we actually really should build. And speaking of that, I'm going to build it right now. Where? Let's go back. So what is an arc furnace? It's essentially like an assembler. Or not an assembler, it's like a refinery, but only for iron ore. It is faster at refining. It uses less materials to make, and it uses less electricity. So that is pretty awesome. So it's quicker, uses less materials, and uses less electricity. So what's not to like about that? And because we're going to be using copious amounts of iron in our herpderprise when we're making it, we're going to need to put one of these somewhere. Might as well put it on our mining base. Where should I put it? This is not being used right now, so let's put it here. It's also smaller is another thing. I want it to be like that. Make sure it looks alright. Does it have a port on the top? No, it doesn't. I believe that's the correct way, is it? This is going to be a strange spot to put it. You know what? I have a better idea. Let's just put it right there. Like that. Grind away like this. And it's upside down apparently. There we go. Okay. Now let's see what it takes to make. 2 more motors. Oh wow, this requires a lot less. We might make a couple of these blast furnaces. So we just need 2 more computers and 3 more computers, 2 more motors. 3 of these and 2 of these. Alright, now how are we going to hook our conveyors up to this guy? Interesting. If I put a conveyor here, then I can... Yeah, but if I do that, then this whole section is going to float off. So what I'm going to do instead... It's going to be a little bit wonky, but we're going to put a conveyor here, and then put the tubing around to make it fit. Alright. And let's make it right side up, why don't we? There we go. And when I say right side up, I think I just built it upside down. Did I? Okay, we need small steel tubes. Yeah, I built it upside down. Yeah, whatever. Now we need curved tube. Or actually, do we need curved tube yet? We can put curved tube here. And let's build the rest of this. We need More conveyor tube. In fact, I'll just... You know what? I just should have deleted this and made it a lot easier. And... boom. There we go. Didn't need to put the conveyor there. Oh well. Need construction components, motors, and bulletproof glass. Let's grab all the construction components we can carry. Motors, and we need bulletproof glass, which we have none of. Let's see, maybe we don't actually need it. Well, it'll technically work without the bulletproof glass, but I want to get it in there just to be sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the production, and we're going to have to make some bulletproof glass first. Grab all this stuff. And we'll grab the rest of this stuff. Let's see if we can throw it in the cargo containers. Okay, yeah, there we go. Everything's done then. Alright. Now let's have some fun. Let's find some iron ore to throw in it, to see how fast it actually works. I think we probably dumped out all the iron ore that was in this guy, but just to be sure, let's take a look. Yep, everything's out. So let's go mining again. Grab some iron and specifically dump it in there to see how fast it goes. As good as this ship is, I think we're going to need more for our herpderprise. Oop, oop, oop. Let's grind away this so we can have... maybe we'll add on to our base if we need to. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and just take out all of the iron. I don't know if I connected them, so can I take out this iron? No, I can't. I have to go to the other side for that. Thought that was something I was going to do one of these days, was connect the two cargo containers. Never got around to it, apparently. And let's throw this in here and see how fast it refines. Pretty fast by the looks of it. Oh man, that's taking care of this in no time flat. Awesome. Empty this out so we have some room. I think we needed, what was that? Again, we needed some gravel, if I'm not mistaken. Like a lot of it. So let's throw this in here. And production, we need to make, what was it? We'll make, what was it, 1,000 of these? There we go. Alright. See, that's probably almost done by now. Yes, it is. Well, that was incredibly quick. I'm going to have to use that in the future. In fact, we could just make an arc mining base, because, well, the herpderprise is going to just use an insane amount of resources, so that might stand to reason of something that we'll have to do in the future. Anyhow, I think that'll do it for this episode. We've done quite a lot, so thank you folks for watching. Keep the suggestions coming, and I will see you guys next time.